What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we are going to do an epic spoiler discussion on No Time to Die, James Bond, Daniel Craig last James Bond movie.
Yes.
And we did a regular review, a non-spoiler review, and did not have any audio, so I took it down.
It was so spoiler free we had no audio.
So we're going to do a spoiler discussion on it and just talk about everything. So if anybody that's seen the movie and just want to hear other people's thoughts about it or whatever, you will enjoy this. But before we do any of that, got intro. Okay, we have returned. Okay, James Bond, 007, No Time to Die. What's this? This is the fifth one, right? Of Daniel Craig's?
Yeah, his fifth one.
Okay, so like I said, this spoiler discussion. So we're going to go from basically the introduction on through the movie and talk about what we liked and didn't like, the performances or whatever, and the plot. But, okay, so let's talk about the introduction first, right?
Okay.
The introduction, it was Remy Malek character, Safin.
Yeah, Lucifer Safin.
How could I forget that name? It's like they
So
trying too
the
hard.
Bad guy is.
Right.
Like, also, when has the good guy ever been named
Lucifer. It's like that name was just overcompensating for a lot of stuff.
Because that name's always a choice, right? No one ever just names somebody Lucifer anymore.
Right. His name couldn't be Lawrence or something or Larry Safin.
Like, why not Luke with a C?
Right, or just Luke or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it started off, you kind of see that scene. It's kind of, I got it on the picture right there. You see that scene where they in the snow, which you don't know where that's from on the trailer, but it just happened to be where they was living.
Yeah.
And he just like walk up with the machine gun and just, my name is your husband. Where he's at?
Where's your husband?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And she was so
out of it. Like she
didn't even know that he had a gun.
She was on wine and pills.
Yeah, and he didn't put no fear into her because she was too messed up.
Like also, she was looking. I was like, look, I don't know where the mama is.
Okay, let's kind of set that up a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Madeline when she's a kid, and her mom was like pretty much like being like a bad mom.
Yeah.
And she was high and drunk, or she was taking pills, and she was on a lot of alcohol, so she was not all the way with it.
Yeah.
And
like literally, I don't have time for that right now. Bring mommy your pills.
Yeah, and Sapphic come in with a gun like, where is Mr. White? I don't know.
Like straight up just, I don't know, but he ain't here. So you can either sit down and wait or you can get out of my house. I don't care.
I have another plan. This will hurt him more. And he just shoot her.
Yeah.
I mean, it was vicious. I don't want to downplay it.
It was vicious, but it's
because
just like.
He shot her like with a machine gun, like about like at least 15 times.
Yeah.
Like you just heard all them shots. So it was kind of vicious. But so Madeline was in the other room, so she went and hid. And like so they kind of did the whole thing where, I guess she's under the bed.
Yeah. And
he didn't look under the bed. Okay.
They never do for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, but I was thinking like, oh, is he gonna kill her or?
Because like the way I was looking at it was like he still hadn't decided, and he was like, "Look."
He didn't know it was a kid there though. He didn't know it was. He was just there for Mr. White.
He just heard noises, so he said,
"Yeah,
let me go see
check
what that's
that
about."
out, whatever." Yeah, but then it was she actually pulled. I don't know where she had that gun at, but she pulled a gun out on him and shot his ass up before he even had.
There was a gun like under the sink or something.
She must have been practicing with that because she was real good with that gun.
Dude, she hit him.
You see how she aimed that?
She hit him center mass.
Right, and she didn't just like
nice.
No,
tight,
she.
Yeah, nice tight grouping and everything, man. I know she's a better shot than me. Shit.
Right. But anyway, she shot him, and then that's what I was like, this weak ass. It's like, man, you got a machine gun, and you got quick draw by a girl, an 8-year-old girl.
Not only that, his gun's already out. It's pointed at her.
Maybe just surprised.
I mean,
she caught him by surprise.
I mean, to be fair, an 8-year-old did pop up with a handgun,
yeah,
snapping
like,
off rounds.
Right. He probably would never. He never would have thought that this would have happened.
Like, I came here to kill people. How was I supposed to know that there was a badass kid over here?
Yeah, but this was half of the beginning because it was kind of like they just basically took it back to Madeline's past or whatever.
And we already knew some of that.
Right, that she talked about. She said that, so they just showing that.
Yeah.
She said that in the previous movie.
Yeah.
Which it was, it was okay. It was an okay scene. Safin actually, she fell in the ice, which you saw that was in the code, and she fell in the ice, and he decided to save her for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I thought that was going to lead to something else. Where
Yeah.
I thought he was going to raise her as his daughter.
Well, because I had the
whatever.
same thought, and I'm like, oh, so this is the secret they were talking about in the trailer,
Right.
And she's
that,
like,
that's my godfather or something.
Yeah.
No, I guess he just dropped her off at an orphanage or something.
Or something. I don't
Because
know.
she didn't mention. Actually, the way I guess she felt like she haven't seen him since then because when she seen him, she just like, like you ain't seen him since that happened.
Did you think he just, decide to F off and die? Like,
But even if it was like I figured you would know him after that, but
also I look at it this way: she's been affiliated with Spectre. She's dealt with them.
yeah. And I don't know how far she went with that.
Right, but like you never decided to check on
So
that? Or?
okay, so let's get to now. They fast forward the I guess it's right after Spectre or whatever. So Bond and her kind of got together, and then Bond is they always do this. He always get a girl. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to be a killer anymore. I am good. Who needs that? He driving and smiling. He's very smiley. He's smiling a lot.
Like, there's also this specific smile that Daniel Craig has in the happy moments of these movies.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, you think this is real, huh?
Right. How long that always lasts?
Like never more than like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no. So
always ends in catastrophe.
yeah, I mean, and then they get him. He get attacked, and that's when we get introduced to a couple of henchmen. Well, just one.
Yeah.
Cyclops. Which is like down. I ain't gonna say he's the worst. He's down or low on the henchman scale for me.
Yeah.
I mean, because we got cool henchmen like Eye Job and Jaws and Tahi from Live and Let Die with the metal claw hand.
Yeah.
And so we got some cool henchmen. And Cyclops is not.
No.
He's got a glass eye, I guess, but I guess
bionic eye.
right. And it was like, if you had a bionic eye, do you see what's in there? How? They never really I guess you have to connect it to your optic nerve or whatever, which is probably not possible. But the whole thing is,
like,
they make it seem like you can pop that eye and then you can just see out of it.
Like I don't even think he sees out of it. I think it's
just for
so his
somebody else can
handlers
see
what he's
okay,
up to.
yeah. I'll take that. But if they gave me, oh, you can put the eye in, and I can see stuff like a computer,
just immediately. Oh, hey, wow.
Yeah, and you can see stuff like
it's got great color, man.
Yeah, you can see stuff like a computer, and then you can zoom in and all that.
Like and also,
like
I hate that because it's like they never show any control mechanisms. Like here, try this eye on.
Yeah. It's like you do it by thought. You can't control machines by thought.
Right. Anyways, we spent too much time on this dude already.
Yeah. So they attack Bond, and Bond is
well, first, before they get to attacking him, they set him up.
What do you mean?
When he goes to visit the grave of Eva Green's character, Vespa Lynn. It explodes point blank,
and he's this close to the explosion.
Yeah,
like he ain't.
He's as close as
way
we are
back
right
there.
now.
He's right there.
Yeah, he's standing right up to it, and he gives this look like he's like, oh, someone put flowers. Wait a minute.
Too late. Too late. Boom. which is always happens in these movies because it's more suspenseful if you see it the last second.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is somebody about to set me up? But no, yeah, it explodes, and that's my thing about the action is like, okay, I'm gonna suspend some disbelief. But damn, if you that close to explosion, you ain't gonna just get a little dirty.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna just get a little soot on you.
Like he looks like he just rolled around in the dirt for a minute.
Yeah,
you know.
And he was I guess he lost his hearing. They kind of showed that he couldn't hear.
Yeah, a little bit of tinnitus.
Right. So I mean, he had some effect. And then that's the scene on the bridge where they shooting at him and he don't even notice until the shot almost hit him.
Like one plinks off his shoulder.
Right. And look, this is a little pillar here. I can jump behind that. I'll probably have been dead. I don't. No, you can't think that fast, but
also,
he's Bond.
Also, why would you believe that pillar is enough to keep this car from just bouncing
what
over?
It's like I'll take this over just getting hit.
I mean, agreed, but it's also like just if you're the kind of guy who's like, I can grab this and jump off the bridge, why wouldn't you just grab it?
Right, which he did later.
like why bother jumping behind the pillar? You can just jump now.
Yeah, it was a cool thing.
It was cool,
it was okay. So we had the little action at the beginning, and that part when he jumped off with the with the rope, I'm like, okay,
yeah.
It should have been snapped. It should have been an arm hanging on that rope.
Because it wasn't a rope, it was a cable. So
that's better.
Higher tensile strength.
So
less prone to snapping.
No, I meant his arm.
Oh, his arm. Well, as we know,
his arm should have said snap.
Well,
his arm should have been hanging on the rope. Like
as we know, physics isn't real.
Yeah.
Agreed. And they tried to give a token effort to make it look good by having like the what you call them, the brackets the cable was on, like snapping a couple at a time.
Right.
But it's like he clearly like goes all the way down immediately, so it's like it's whatever. Even when he hits like the underside of that aqueduct, it's like he slams into it.
Yeah, I know. He should have been dead 3 times over in that beginning scene. But let's move on because I don't want to go on too long on this. But this whole scene was to set up that he thought that Madeline. He thought that Madeline set him up, and they made it look like Spectre was calling her and saying, which is like, it was so obvious. It sounded like a recording.
Well, but even then, the message itself was like, hey, yeah, so I know this isn't how you expected this day to go, but hey, we appreciate your sacrifice. So later.
And what's up with that old ass phone? Was that supposed to be like a little way a couple years back then? That looked like a phone from 2006.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but then there was a time skip as well.
Right, 5 years, but I thought this was supposed to be right after Spectre, which was like in 2014. So this supposed to be like in 2015, 16.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And then now, 2021, 5 years later, from that movie.
You're right.
But anyway, that was the whole intro, man, and it was like about 25 minutes long, maybe.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't need it.
Yeah, it was too long. They could have shortened it up. That was the whole intro.
That scene only existed so we could see the DB5 doing some spy car stuff, dropping caltrops.
Oh yeah, the Aston Martin did some cool stuff. But yeah, that scene was like 25, too long, but it was cool. Then the credits come on, like, okay, this should be the second act, but okay.
Well, then the credits take 10 minutes.
Right. So then we get to see Bond has retired. And this is what he always do in these movies. This is the third one, ain't it?
Yeah.
Or did he? No, he's about to retire.
Yeah.
And he retired. Well, he didn't come back after Skyfall.
Right. And
kind of like stayed. And then it was like, 007, where the hell have you been? And so this one, he actually retired.
Right.
And living the sweet life. He's just fishing. And where is he at? In Jamaica? It seemed like he's in Jamaica.
Jamaica or the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I won't swear by it, but I think it might have actually been either based off of or may have actually been Ian Fleming's GoldenEye estate, named after the book. But like,
yeah, well, Dr. No, he was in Jamaica too.
Yeah.
So I mean, so it's a place where people retire to chill.
He fishes, he rides around in his truck.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Phyllis come to him like, hey, we want to we need you for this job because Spectre's still out there.
Yeah,
I forget what he came to.
It's like, look, I know you're out the game, but you're the only person I can trust with this.
Right.
Folks ain't playing the game the way they're supposed to be playing it, so we gotta go a little off the reservation.
Yeah.
Just come back for this one go.
Right, and they just kind of set up the scene. Then you meet Nomi.
Well, like, because he says, "Nah, you don't understand. I'm out. Y'all have y'all have good luck with that." And he's getting ready to go. He bumps into Nomi.
Right, and then she tell him to stay out of the way. I'm the new 007.
Yeah.
And stay retired. The same old. I'm the young gun in town. So
No, stay in your lane, old dude.
Yeah. One of those moments.
So of course, now he can't resist.
Right now I got to do it.
Yeah.
It was funny how she definitely made it look like they was about to hook up.
Yeah.
And then told him, no, I'm the new agent. And
like also, I did get a little pissed at that scene just because like she gets all the way back to his place, starts sashaying into his bedroom, and then turns it and looks at him like, "Oh, you actually thought it was that?"
Yeah, I know.
What else was he supposed to?
I don't like old guys.
like, what's that supposed to mean? Like,
well,
anyway.
she clearly was playing with him.
Yeah,
because she says, "Is that the bedroom?" She says, "It's a nice place." That's the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Like, you could have gone ahead and sat down at the bar. You could have leaned up against a wall.
That's cool. Because message received. Yeah. I got exactly where you at.
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming in the room, taking them off. Oh.
like the first thing she does is take off her hair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I.
But she got the little cornrows. I like that little hairstyle on her or whatever because she it works.
Yeah.
But so we was talking about Nomi on the review, which didn't go up. But we was talking
nobody
about
heard.
Right. We was talking about how people were saying, "Oh, she's such this." She wasn't that bad.
She's fine.
She's fine. She played her role. Her role is the person that is.
She's the new young hotshot.
The new young hotshot that don't want the old guy to show up. Yeah. But once movies start going along, they actually kind of cool. They didn't have a bad partnership. Like they seem like partners.
Because also, even though by the way her character is written, she doesn't see it. They're not that different from each other at all.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably doesn't, sleep around as much as he did.
Right. We don't know that.
We don't know that yet. I mean, the way she was acting, she might get close.
Yeah, she seemed like she get in, have casual sex and don't get into relationships.
Yeah.
She seemed like that type.
Yeah.
Which was mine.
That's mine to a T. So like she is filling the shoes of 007.
Okay, so let's talk about this plot of what's the villain motivation and stuff. So the villain is Saffron, and his motivation is he wants this virus that is nano machines or something.
Yeah.
Nanobots that goes into your blood and it will kill. I guess, can they target who it kills, or it only kills people that you care about?
It targets DNA. It targets DNA. So it originally targets specific DNA. So it's like they put in your genetic code, it only hits you.
Right.
Saffron got it and changed it so it's like anyone you're related to will also get it.
Yeah. But you won't die, right?
No, you'll die.
Oh, and anybody related to you will die too.
So if it's your cousin, they might.
They gotta have contact with you though.
They have to have contact, yes.
Right.
But like I'm still a little leery of this, this whole MacGuffin, this plot device, just because I don't like the ambiguity of like it's a virus, it's nanomachines. Those aren't the same.
Yeah, I know. It was like, are we doing this now? And
I'm also sick of the word nanomachines.
No, because that's that's close to the smart blood too.
Yeah.
That was like wasn't that like nanotech or something?
Also, how
so they already used that.
You would think smart blood would be a way to get rid of this.
Yeah, I know. They didn't even say, yeah, can't you? That would actually make sense if they said that. Even though it's probably crap, I would have bought it.
Yeah,
because they would have said the nano blood would attack the.
Yeah, it's like
the other nano machines.
Good thing we gave you that smart.
It's
blood
all fake anyway, so it don't matter what you come up with.
Good thing we gave you that smart blood. It neutralized the virus.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, cool. Yeah. I wouldn't even question.
You know what? Sounds right.
Right. I wouldn't even question it because it's like it's all crap. It sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But no, Saffron is, as you saw in the trailer, I'm a little tidier. He wants to get rid of evil people or something. Like first off, he wanted to get rid of Spectre.
Yeah.
Which they do that in one whop.
Bro, like when Screen Rant eventually does their pitch meeting for this,
they might already did. I got to check
like,
it out.
and how's he gonna take out all of Spectre? That's gonna be basically
super
impossible.
easy, barely an inconvenience.
And damn was it. Like, you got Blofeld having his little teleconference with everyone from Spectre. It's like, and welcome, Mr. Bond, to my victory. Why is everybody dying?
Yeah.
What's going on? Somebody tell me what's going on here.
That is not what I planned.
Hey, so look, I'm a go, but
so what happened was they put the virus
Heracles, I think it's called.
Yeah, God. They put this virus in
Doing too much.
a gas, and they was gonna spray it, and it was supposed to just kill James.
Yeah.
But the kooky scientists changed it to kill all the Spectre because he actually was working for Saffron.
But okay, here's another thing. I didn't notice this until I looked back on the movie, right? So he had to pull a bait and switch on a USB drive in front of Cyclops.
Right. Which not hard to do. Cyclops wasn't smart.
But Cyclops was a double agent.
No, they flipped him after Spectre
they flipped him
died.
after. Okay.
Yeah, after Spectre was gone, they was like, you ain't got no boss no more. Work for us.
Also, how did he not die?
Well, because he's not, he's too low. It was all the generals.
Look, you're a contractor. Okay?
Yeah,
you're not
no,
an
they didn't.
employee.
They didn't go after the henchmen. It was just
Cyclops was just a temp the whole time.
Yeah, I know. It was just the top Spectre guys.
Yeah. You don't matter.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that was your main plot there, and he got his hands on it, right?
Yeah.
After I forget the guy name. After he double crossed James.
Logan Ash.
Yeah, he double crossed and brought it to Saffron.
Mr. Smiles.
Yeah. So he ended up getting the virus. So that makes James go back to MI6. This what made him go back to MI6. And that was cool. He put his suit back on, went back there, and dude was like, James. No, he was like, Bond. He was like, James Bond. like, dude, I don't know you.
Because I look at it as one of two things. It's either the dude's like, and that means what? Or, okay, what you ain't about to do is tell me you're James Bond. James Bond don't work here no more.
Actually, this should be if a spy shouldn't always use their real name, but like James Bond does.
Other thing. It's like, it was cool back in the day, but also it was assumed it wasn't his
now.
But it was also assumed it wasn't his real name at one point.
But it is.
But
they showed they showed his family home and all that.
And so it's like, oh, so this whole time you've just been telling
people
the worst criminals on the planet your real name.
He's kind of famous amongst criminals, and it's like, wait a minute, ain't you?
But like, he also just goes and introduces himself, and no one ever says, "I just found out James Bond is here." It's always like, oh yeah, this James Bond guy just sat down at the bar. He says he wants to talk to you. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, they did that in the Casino Royale where he's supposed to win in under a different name. And then he said, I'm James Bond. And then she was like, what the fuck? He was like, so what? They already know, they already know, so it don't matter.
But like, that was one of those, it's like, now that they know our plan, they'll have to plan around our plan. We'll plan around the plan. They plan around our plan, like type stuff.
Yeah. But no, but yeah, that was the plot, man. That plot was like, okay.
It was garbage.
So it was just kind of like, and then he kind of hook up with.
Let me not say that. It's not garbage. It's just, it's mad. It's
yeah. And then they bring back Madeline because they needed what? Why did MI6? Oh, because they need to talk to Blofeld. Blofeld
and
said he only
talks
talked
to a
to
psychiatrist, and Madeline's his psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Which is all crap.
But like, also, let's be real here. There's no way you could put James Bond in front of Blofeld and he wouldn't start talking.
Yeah, I know. Which I don't know what his problem is with James that much.
Like,
is it all because his dad didn't love him or something? Like when you go back to Spectre, when you found out that his dad adopted James after his parents died, after James' parents died.
yeah.
So that's kind of like his stepbrother or his, adopted brother. But this what I'm saying.
But also,
what did he do to you to make you hate him so much?
Like, also,
they never explained that, did they?
No effect on each other's lives.
I know, and James never say, "Yeah, I had a brother," and I missed, and we fell out. He don't never acknowledge that he
No.
even knew him.
No.
Did you ever pick that up?
No.
Did he ever say like, yeah, I remember when we used to do this, or this is why we fell out. So it's more like
because it's not even you always did me wrong, and this is like, oh hey, I'm your brother.
Yeah.
Anyways, you're gonna
And
die
I'm
now.
going to make everything I got to make sure you suffer and all. Why?
Because the sadistic glee he takes in every bit of torture he can heap upon James.
Right.
It's like, what? Why?
I never got that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Spectre.
Yeah.
Maybe I missed something.
Because maybe that's what it was. I wasn't watching close enough. Because back then I didn't review movies. So
Yeah. But anyway, let's wrap this up. This
Yeah.
is moving along too long. Let's move along.
So we find out Safin's whole deal. He's gonna ship the virus out all across the planet, kill millions of people,
right. And
because reasons.
because he's going to be tidier. He's instead of taking people out one at a time, he can take out all the evil people, I guess.
Like, and he never gives a criteria for that.
Yeah, I know. Who's evil? What's
Like, it's up in the air if it's like he wants to, like, if he thinks he's saving the world, or it's like the world needs to know my pain type stuff.
Yeah.
So they never really go too deep into that. So we get to his lair.
His super villain lair.
What, like, didn't they have some name for it? Like,
I don't know. It was like an old World War II thing.
It was an old World War II like missile silo.
Yeah. Between Japan and Russia.
Yeah.
So it was on the island.
Yeah. So we get there. 007 and Nomi storm the place.
Right.
Of course, everything goes wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and this is where you get some sort of some action set pieces, and this is what I was like. This is when I didn't like Special Inspector, where they're escaping is him by himself escaping, and it's like henchmen everywhere, and they just dying. Like he's shooting in their direction.
Like
he's not aiming.
He's not
shooting
aiming.
in their direction.
He's not even shooting
and they just
with
die.
intent. He's just
right. But I'm just saying they shoot first. Oh, pow pow, and
it's like they always get the jump on him. 3 to 8 guys with automatic weapons.
Yeah.
Firing like
and they just
all at
get
him,
shot.
and he shoots them all.
I hate that.
Never,
it's like it's so not realistic.
The
and
bullets he
so,
does take do nothing.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna say I didn't care for. I like some of the action, but that end set piece I didn't like.
I also really dislike the way this movie, and Spectre did this too, where they use explosions as like pause buttons.
Yeah.
It's like,
what do you mean?
Well, it's like, so he gets caught in an explosion. It doesn't do any damage, but it takes him a couple seconds to get back up.
Oh yeah.
And no one
ringing in the ears.
No one attacks him while he's getting back up.
Well, they don't think he could possibly be alive, so
which
they're
makes
not
sense.
Gonna check.
But like also it's like
supervillain school.
Right. No, son, you're a hench. You don't take your mask off, you don't say words, and you die in 5 seconds.
And you don't check on the
You
explosion.
don't check the body. But yeah, it's like, so the like every time there's an explosion, it's like, okay, let's take about 15 to 30 seconds, get some ringing in the ears, give him time to stand up, and then he goes beast mode.
Well, we did mention that Brian got a kid.
Ah, yeah.
So, sorry, spoiler alert.
The only appreciable...
He has a child by Madeline.
Yeah.
And when she tried to lie, but I don't know why she lied.
Like whenever don't worry, it's not yours. Then whose?
I know. Whose is it then?
Like
the time match up. The kid's 5. We ain't seen each other 5 years.
And we talked about this the other day off the review, but it would have been so much better if they had said, "Oh no, I've actually been with Safin this whole time."
That's what I was saying.
His kid,
right? That would have made it more.
And it would also explain why he brought them with him to the island.
Yeah. So that's what this big secret.
Yeah.
This big secret could have been. She was actually with Safin or whatever.
Even if everything between her and James was real, it's like, oh no, I used to be with this guy.
Right, because he saved her and she fell in love, whatever.
But then I realized what a monster he was.
Right.
I had to get my daughter and get out of there.
That would have been more.
Yeah. And the big secret was, okay, so I got a kid by this dude. You need to know what this is all about. That would have been.
But that didn't happen.
No. And the worst thing about it is, this is something we talk about a lot. Is like, it clearly would have been the better idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he's got a kid, which is it's cool. It's a good kid. I mean, I like the acting from the kid. But what's funny to me is the kid seemed like she clearly didn't speak English, and they kept talking to her in English.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I don't know if she understood them because I forget what language they were speaking.
French.
Okay, they were speaking right, but everybody said something to her in English and she never responded back.
Yeah.
Like, did she understand them?
But like also, it's like they're talking to her half the time like she's a kid and half the time like she's old. Now you need to understand this is what's gonna happen. So I need you to go this way and do this thing.
Wait. Do you understand me?
Are you just?
Do you understand the words?
Are you just saying yes to shut me up, or do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's a little kid.
Yeah.
But okay, so they go to this compound. I mean, he's taking out this compound like he do, taking everybody out or whatever. They need to bomb it to get rid of it. Haven't seen that before.
Yeah. We get to the point the day is about to be saved, and then suddenly, Safin's back.
Oh, it's not like he come back to do something cool. He just came back to get his ass kicked.
Yeah. Cause he can't do nothing.
Even with a gun in his hand, Bond just got close enough to him and just beat his ass.
He scratched him.
He scratched him with the virus.
With the virus.
Right?
And I love
my job's done.
Like
and what did Bond finally did the best thing in the whole movie?
He died.
No, he shot his ass. He shot Saffron like. Bow, like shut up.
But I do appreciate that. It's like, look, we ain't got time for no soliloquies, no dying speeches. And so you see it, James, at the end. Bow! Like, and that's another thing, man. Like, everyone feels this way about this villain by this point in the movie, right? Like, the
whole audience is begging, please shoot him.
Like, shut him up.
Yes, he's not talking about nothing.
Nothing.
But so
all these speeches all throughout the movie, and it's like, you're just saying words,
right? It doesn't amount to nothing. So it, the thing is, once he gave him that virus, it would have affected his loved ones. Well, just his daughter then, right? Because Madeline's not related to him.
It would have just. Well, no, because
They said it can affect the people that you love.
It wouldn't have affected James. It would have affected them because he made it with Madeline's DNA.
Oh, he used that DNA.
So it just would have killed her and the kid.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So he decided to stay there while the bombs were going off, and that was his send off.
Yeah.
And I was like, somebody said, did they show him die? I'm like, no, but he was.
Look,
the bomb went off right there.
Look, we all.
It's like it already happened before. I'm like.
We all understand.
I can't argue with that.
We do all understand the rule. If you don't see a body, they're not really dead.
Yeah.
But if they know what they're doing, which they might not,
man, I wouldn't be surprised in the next where Daniel Craig not come back, but they could do in the next movie.
Yeah. He had reconstructive surgery.
No, they'll just show. They'll just
the back of somebody's head,
and it'll be like way in another country somewhere, and then they'll show him like scarred up or something. It's like, yeah, I could never go back, but
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man, we don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the end of the movie, man. And it was okay. I had okay time with it, but it was too long.
Too long.
Way too long. And I was like, this could have been tighter, a lot tighter. They could have got everything. They could have said everything they needed to say in 2 hours. Not 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah. They just milked everything way too long.
Yeah.
Every sequence in this movie lasted longer than it should.
And they made it seem like a reveal was going to be something. The reveal was nothing. The reveal was, this guy named Safin. My dad was tracking this dude named Safin, and that's not a reveal. We know this.
The reveal was everything we told you is true. That was the reveal.
Yes. I'm like, we all have our secrets. What secret? She didn't have a secret. She didn't. Yeah. It was like, no, y'all.
We already knew about the way your family went out.
Yeah.
Then we got to see how it happened.
Right.
Then you told us it happened.
And when you went to a secret room in your house to make like you was gonna reveal something, and all you showed us was pictures of Safin's story.
Yeah.
Why you need a secret room for that?
Like also the way she sets it up at the beginning is like, you don't understand. I still have secrets. No, you don't.
No, all right. What are you talking about? She could have told him about him a long time ago. Not to mention, you don't know him no more because
No.
he just saved you and left you somewhere, so you don't even remember where he is.
So it's not like you even know anything about him. You just know
Yeah,
that
it'd be
he's a
different
guy
if she.
that
I see.
exists.
It made more sense if she would have been protecting him because she actually
Yeah.
had feelings for him.
Like, she shouldn't even know anything to say about him
Yeah.
as a secret until he comes back to get her.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on the plot.
For those who tried to watch our original review and didn't get to hear our verdict
Damn it.
because we had no audio, I gave this one a whack.
What did I give it? Did I give it all right? I think I gave
You
it all
might
right.
have given it all right.
I think I gave it all right.
The
I mean, it was all right.
Yeah. I mean, it was an all right film. I would have given it an all right, except it could have been tidier.
I was just about to say that. Man. It's like, oh, you got me. You beat me. You beat me. But anyway,
But yeah,
so that is our spoiler discussion for No Time to Die. Sorry that we couldn't get the non-spoiler movie review up, but I don't see us doing that again.
No.
But we got something for y'all. We got the spoiler discussion. All right, y'all. Thanks for checking out the video. If anybody's still watching, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you get alerts anytime we post new videos or if we live stream.
And if you like what you've seen here today, hit that thumbs up in the other corner and drop a comment down below. What's your favorite Bond film and what would you like to see us do next?
Yes, we out of here.
Peace.